Hey everyone, Sean here from Crafted Elements and Make Epic Things, and we are going to be doing a very quick project today that involves my new miter bench and basically setting it up to do repeat cuts, optimizing it so repeat cuts are much quicker. I'm sure there are current systems and tools and devices for this. In my prior miter bench setup, I would use just a plate, and I'd take some hand clamps and kind of do that, line it up where I needed to make my repeat cuts, butt up the wood, cut, butt up the wood, cut. However, in this system and in this new setup, I wanted to do things a little fancier, a little bit more optimized. So we're going to be using some HDPE plastic and some threaded inserts, which are very similar to the ramp inserts if you've ever attached, say, table legs to a live edge table or a river table. So the premise here is pretty simple. We've got our table saw, which has its built-in fence. I've got my bench that I've laid, that I've lined up with the bottom of the table saw, and then I've got basically a fence extension, which is just some HDPE plastic that I ran through the planer to make sure it's deadly straight, and then I lined it up with a long level to make sure that we're straight all the way through, so I can cut bigger boards, longer boards, without having to worry about it kind of shimmying out of the way. However, if I wanted to do repeat cuts, say I wanted to make 20 pieces of a 24-inch long piece, that becomes a little bit more difficult. In my previous setup, as I had mentioned, I'd take a board like this and I'd clamp it, from here to make sure it didn't go anywhere. However, today we're going to be actually doing something a little bit more optimized. We're going to be putting a channel through a piece of HDPE that is fit to this. Now, I'm using HDPE plastic because it is very resilient. It stays flush and straight. I can drop it and it's not going to get dented. You could certainly use a piece of thick plywood or hardwood or acrylic, whatever, as long as it has a nice flat edge on at least two sides that you can go along your fence and then have your wood and your material butt up against it. What we're going to do is we're going to router a channel into the center, and then in that channel we're going to trace a line here and insert our threaded bolts. Once we do that, we're going to be able to essentially adjust this, tighten the bolts, and have this fixed in place. Again, allowing us to do repeat cuts in a quick and efficient manner. Let's get started. So just to give our board a little extra stability from kind of side wobble, I do want to put an edge on it that's going to slide across this as well. So I want to get a measurement here of what our maximum width is going to be, and it looks like 9 7/8. So I can make my board 9 7/8, and I'll attach a piece to it so it'll allow us to give some extra stability on this side. Obviously we've got the fence on this side to prevent it from going that way, and then that way we'll be able to just get away with one row of screws down the middle to fix that and generally stay in place. So again, 9 7/8 is how I want to cut my HDPE to start. I'm going to be able to use that piece here as my side to go along our table. So I'm going to go ahead and pre-drill some holes in there, countersink the screws, and get ready to mount that. Now, a quick tip here, if you're looking for a small piece of HDPE, you can get it from a plastic supplier, but the easiest thing is actually to go on Amazon and buy an HDPE cutting board. You can get them 3/4 inch or 1.5 inch thick, and that's the easiest way to get a small piece of HDPE if you want to actually replicate this with HDPE. Next thing I'm going to do is just run this corner through the router table and round it off a little bit, just so it's a little bit softer, because I'm going to be obviously coming into contact with that, and it is kind of sharp right now. We're going to now find the center of this panel, which is going to represent the center of the bench on our miter table, our miter saw bench, I should say. So we've got 9 7/8, so we're going to call it 4 7/8, just to keep things simple. I'm going to start off with drilling a hole here. We can set this on our router table and then just use a router bit to take the rest of that off. So I've got a 3/8 inch router bit, so I'm going to use a 3/8 inch drill bit to make my first hole. The hole that's here is just what was already in the plastic. It has nothing to do with this project. We're gonna measure our start and end point. So assuming our start point is this hole, at 2-inch center. Ow, replace that measuring tape. We're gonna end at 2 inches here as well. Up our fence based on the location of that center hole. All right, so it's pretty tight. Snowing in July. We bring our cut piece over to our bench, take a marker or a scribe, and then just create that line all the way down here so we know where we need to drill our inserts. And then it just becomes laying out how we want to lay our inserts. I would start one here. I'd probably say every like 6 to 8 inches because we do have obviously probably about 10 inches of a groove there that we're going to be able to align. So we're always wanting to be able to hit at least 2 threaded inserts to get some stability on that thing. Then I'm going to go to 8. And then I'm just going to do it every 6 inches. All right, grabbing our drill to pre-drill these holes at first. We're also going to want to countersink these holes because you've got that little tiny flange that's on top of those inserts, and we don't want that obviously sticking up to make our table uneven. So we're going to grab, we don't have to do much, just a little bit. And then we can take our inserts and just thread it in. And that's below the level of our table. We're just going to continue with the rest. So now if we wanted to set up a cut to do a run of exactly the same length cuts, take our miter saw and lock it down, and then determine, say the length is 24. We're going to come to the edge of the saw blade, which is going to account for its kerf. 24 inches dead on there. And then we're just going to take our screws, these threaded screws, and put them in place. Now, if you want to get really efficient, these are just M6 threaded screws. You can actually buy M6 screws with a built-in knob on them. So you don't even, this whole thing could be toolless, which I will probably end up doing, but this is all I have in my little bin right now. But otherwise, yeah, you wouldn't need a tool. You could just get the M6 screws with the built-in thread. And there you go. We're tight there. We're tight there. We're tight against the fence. We're relatively tight against the front face of the table. And we can now continue to do our cuts. Well, I hope you enjoyed that quick little miter saw bench hack. Literally the amount of materials there, the threaded screws, and then the receivers, you know, we're looking at like $5, $6 in that. And then your piece of HDPE or wood, could be something laying around, could be a $20 board from Amazon. So really this is a super cheap way to boost efficiency. If you're doing a lot of repeatable cuts, really easy to set up, really easy to take off. Hope you enjoyed it. Now, you are on this channel, Make Epic Things. There's not a lot of videos on it right now, but we are working on that. I'm literally been renovating our shop and warehouse to be more conducive to filming videos, and we're going to be truly making epic things. If you follow us at Crafted Elements, you know that we sell a lot, make and sell a lot of silicone molds, HDPE molds, templates. This channel is going to be for the non-standard stuff. So this is going to be a little bit more extreme building, a little bit more creative, using a lot of digital fabrication, 3D printer, laser cutters, CNC machines, vacuum forming and thermoforming machines. A lot of cool stuff that we have here in the warehouse to make epic things, hence the name, Make Epic Things. but it gets better because we are going to be doing some ridiculously amazing giveaways. And the only way you're going to be finding out about those giveaways is to follow us at Make Epic Things on Instagram and here on YouTube, Make Epic Things. So please subscribe to the channel. Please hit that like button if you found this helpful and if you want a chance to win some of the amazing stuff we have coming up. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you again soon.